Hello and welcome back. So I'm trying to remember where we got up to last time. We set up sulfuric acid, but the sulfuric acid build wasn't getting supplied because the rest of our build was backed up. So the sulfuric acid build needs petroleum, and basically we can't feed it petroleum because the plastic build isn't consuming enough materials to get throughput on the refinery. So what we need to do is set this up with a sulfuric acid train, and so we're going to do something like that. Then that. Set this up with a sulfuric acid train and also with a logistics and fuel train. I'm going to try and find just how close we can get this. Excuse me, it's rather hay fevery at the moment. So we can get one all the way in there. Let's have a look. I quite like that. Oh, okay, so this is a mistake. We don't want to bring the sulfuric acid train in down there. Let's pull this up. Okay, so this is going to be our sulfuric acid train. And we'll also dump in one of the service trains, or possibly both service trains there. Okay, so the sulfuric acid train will come down somewhere like that. That may not be exactly where it goes, but it'll be something like that. We will need a chain signal here so trains can choose which way they go. Then we'll need a full signal here and here so that once they've gone, they're committed and other trains can follow in behind. That means that So that means that the stacker for this train starts here. That marks to 5. There. Remember our trains are 12 long, so if that's 5, that's 10. Let's walk up here. That's 10. That's so that is 12. So we can fit in our train here. Good. Because if we couldn't fit our train in, we'd end up with a similar problem that we had in the original iron design, where trains blocked each other, so you couldn't get a train locked and loaded. We have quite a few trains coming in, so it is important to get them off the stacker and into the pipe. Okay, so this train here is going to have to merge in with this line somehow. Okay, it looks like we can't get that close. So that would be as close as we could get with that rail. Let's grab our blueprint of fluid. Okay, so there's plenty of room for the fluids. Hold down the shift key. I think there's a rock in the way which is making it plan around it. Yeah. Okay, now can we fit 1 or 2 stops in here? I think we can fit 2 in. So it's tempting to do the fuel and also, no, I think I'm going to do fuel at one side and logistics at the other. Okay. So if we put down another rail here, okay, that's too close. Okay. And then we will run over here and join the return. So if you remember, these rail modules are designed so that there is always room for one train to sit behind the station. And there's always room for one train to exit. They may sit for a little bit in this exit path, and they may be stacked up for quite a while. Right. There. Okay, so we need a signal there, there, there. We need a chain there. We need those there. Okay, and then we can put in our other station. Great. Okay, I have a blueprint here, which is a drone port with a request for drones. That means we can have an unload here into a passive provider. Then connect that box to there with a red wire. Enable disable based upon logistics equals 0. So whenever there are 0 logistics bots in here, this station is enabled. And we can set its name to logistics supply. Great. Then we run up here and we go to this one. This is going to be the fueling train. So again, we put this into a provider and wire this. There we go. So rename this to fuel supply. And there's a train incoming. And the constraint on this is if there's any nuclear fuel, then we don't want this station active. We've got our, no we haven't. So I need to set up some requester chests here to supply fuel to the trains. And I don't think I want 8 carriage blue circuit trains. Maybe I do. Where do they go to? Yeah, I do actually. Okay, so we're going to be moving quite a few blue circuits. Here we go. There and there. All right, all the way down to the other end. Great. And then we need to drop just a couple of logistics bots into the network to get everything started. Our logistics bots train has come in as well, that's brilliant. Okay, so now we need to set up the fluid station. There's our blueprint. Is this a problem? Yes, it is. So this is all too low. Okay, let's blueprint the whole thing and move it. So blueprint was easy to blueprint. That much. I want to include the stop. Okay, so no pipes, no beacons, no power. Okay, so that's cyan, so I can find it. I'm going to put this down 1 square higher. Okay, so I need to put it down so that it doesn't interfere with that light. And I also need to put it down. So I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. So then these are in the wrong place, I'll just move them over. And this now needs a power pole of its own. Where did the nuclear fuel I've got go? Oh, it got trashed. Okay. Okay. That's better. Okay, this needs renaming. I forgot to blueprint the name. So this is fuel supply. Cool. And it's disabled because there is some fuel in. So that's done. What we're missing down here is train station. That train station exactly lines up with this. So again, there may be a problem here. Yeah, so how are we gonna... So this is all gonna have to move down 1. Okay, don't want any of this. Don't want any beacons, assemblers, blue chests, pipes, poles. Right, I want that arm. Let's get rid of most of this. Let's check. So I could put that there. Okay. There we are. So this will need its own power pole now. Okay, I'm a bit full of bots, but we can fix that. How many did it put in here? I forgot to cap the box. That should have been capped to 50. Okay. Okay, let's put all of these into the storage box. I'm going to take back the wood and the stone. I'm going to... Oh, because they're being auto-trashed, joy. Okay, so... Okay, so any luck that will get loaded onto the train. Let's pick that up, and that can be put down. I've made a mess of this, haven't I? Okay, there. Thank you, I really wanted that. Maybe if I take them out of auto trash temporarily. Okay. So there should be a train incoming when I rename this to logistics supply. Great. So then hopefully I'll be able to load some of these back onto the box, onto the train. I don't know if I will be able to, but I'll give it a go. The train may well be full, actually. Is it on its way? Yeah, it's nearly here. Okay, so what needs to be done to get this site commissioned? So basically I think we need to sort out the sulfuric acid unloading. Okay, so let's go to my useful book of pumps. Okay. We'll rely on fuel being supplied to the sulfuric acid train, the sulfuric acid side. Okay, so that's filled now. We've unloaded some from there. Okay. So, top wagon, second top wagon. So then we can start putting these in. One, trying to do these so that they are all in the same place. Thank you. I think that's how they need to be. Great, so that's 8 unloads, and we want to be unloading sulfuric acid. Okay, then I need a balancing brain. Do I have one? Yep, I do. That's convenient. Okay, so this is going to be measuring sulfuric acid. Just to run through what this does, we've got 8 tanks. It divides the level of the fluid by 8. Outputs that as A. Then to make that work, we need to tell it how much sulfuric acid there is in the system. Am I out of red wire? I am. Well, that's embarrassing. What do I need to make red wire? Electric circuit. Okay. Okay, let's make some red wire. Okay, so 7, 8. So that is now reading how much sulfuric acid is in this. That gets fed into here, divided by 8. So that gives you the average per tank. Then we add 1000 to the average. Then we run a red wire from the output to these combinators here. And it's important that it's the red wire. So we have a red wire circuit just going on the tanks down to that combinator. Then we have a red circuit just coming back from the result of that computation up to here. Then if we click on one of these, this is saying if sulfuric acid is greater than X, so if it's over 1000 above the average, output a B. And it's using green wires within this little circuitry here to keep the signal totally separate. So it reads the level of this specific tank with a green wire, checks to see if this tank is more than 1000 above the average for all the tanks. If it is, it turns on this efflux pump. If it isn't, it turns on this import pump. So all the ones which are over full, empty. All the ones which are not over full are trying to fill up. The fluid then goes into this fluid backbone, which runs the whole length. And that gets you... Right, so I really don't care about throughput because maybe I care about throughput more than that. Right, let's do this with the blueprint. Right, so first of all, these are all going to be balanced. Secondly, it's sulfuric acid, and we don't really use very much. Right, where's a disposable blueprint? Don't need that one anymore. Right, if this doesn't work, I can always add extra pumps here to push the fluid down. Whoops, that was a bit off by 1. There we are. So that should provide sulfuric acid. We need to power this whole thing up without linking to the back. Okay, so what? Yep, that fits. Okay. Then big poles. There. Then we're going to need to bring the big pole network all the way along. Big pole network sounds like a really bad dating site, doesn't it? Right, can't go there because it would cross-link. There we are. Okay, so then we need to work out the condition for this being active. I think it's all been done already up here. So we have an SR latch. So we set whenever we are under 64k. I'm going to set that to 32. Okay. We reset whenever we hit 128, which is full. Then this is clocked on a timer. Let's check. So the green wire runs down. Yeah, I think we're okay. So we will... Yeah, so I saw some stuff flashing. Yeah, stuff's flashing. So I think we're okay. There's been an ongoing discussion about whether clocking helps or not. What I'm going to do is, once this thing is all built and once we're starting to hit UPS limitations, I'm going to do a save of the game, then just strip out all the clocking, run it again, see if there's a difference in the real world game. Okay, so this site is, I believe, built. The next step is to deploy all the trains for it. So let's go to shed. Off we go. And I need some fuel. Okay, while we're there, let's have a look up at this site, just double check what's going on. Ah, I forgot to place a radar again. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. Anyway, we appear to have a train here and a train here. And we have a sulfuric acid water train. This is sulfuric acid iron plates. This is sulfuric acid, picking up the sulfuric acid. So this is the one where we need to change its schedule now to go to the blue circuits build. And the blue circuit build is here. So this is processing excuse me, processing unit sulfuric acid. Okay, so this is the one we need to bring in. So now we're at the heavy oil cracking site. Let's head on down. Sulfuric acid water, sulfuric acid, plus processing unit, sulfuric acid, until inventory empty. Okay, so that will appear when it appears. Then let's hop out, clear this schedule. Okay, so we need to add 2 trains, I think, here. How many wagons do I have? Not many. Okay, see if that's enough. So we need to bring in electronic circuits. So this is going to go... Ah, we don't have the stations named. Okay. So one of these, this must be the electronic circuit. Yeah, so this is going to be processing unit, electronic circuit. And then this one is going to be processing unit, advanced circuit. And then this one is going to be not that. Processing unit, processing unit. Okay, so back here. This is going to go to electronic circuit until inventory full. Then it's going to go to processing unit, electronic circuit until inventory empty. Then the next one, this is the one that should get the whole site moving again. Okay, so this is going to go advanced circuit, inventory full. Then this is going to go to processing unit, advanced circuit, inventory empty. One of the problems with doing mining productivity is the little outposts which had not much in them, which you would have been able to get rid of, now take forever to get rid of because the mining productivity means that you're getting 2 or 3 times as much stuff out of them. Yeah, a little bit frustrating. What are the bonuses currently? So I have bonuses on, it's the mining one I want to look at here. Mining productivity plus 212%. Wow. So for every one time the mining drill moves, it gets an additional 2.1. Oh, here we are. Brilliant. It gets an additional 2.12 plates. So we get 3 bits of ore for every mining drill move, which is pretty amazing. I'm almost at the point where I can move from standard mining, where you slap down mining drills onto belts, onto more exotic things like putting speed modules and speed beacons around mining drills, possibly mining directly into trains. I think that's a bit early for that, and my ore patches probably aren't large enough, but yeah, we can probably do some efficiency savings quite soon. We'll be at the point soon where if we stick a single pair of mining drills down with speed beacons and speed mods, we might be able to fill a belt with just 1 or 2 pairs of mining drills. Maybe we'll have a play with that. Okay, so we are filling up. So again, I haven't got millions of inserters onto this carriage. This is all calibrated for sort of a roll-on, roll-off rate. Everything is meant to run roughly at its ticking over speed. Right, so this is one of those sites where it should have turned itself off, and it hadn't. Because the output was full, so I've probably got that problem with the miswired chest again. We will see. But this is just a very pretty thing to see, isn't it? All these trains in parallel, all the materials being swapped. How are we doing? So our train is up to 48k, 49, 50. $55. I can't remember what this gets up to. Is it 64? And what's the constraint on the SR? Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. I think possibly a constraint there is set incorrectly. 60k, so are we full? This carriage of 8. Ah, this only has 4.8 for some reason. Ah, there we are. So we have a wire connected incorrectly. Okay. Let's put this on manual for a second. Go and fix that. I would have left it, but that kind of problem is going to cause us no end of trouble. Okay, so grab green wire. So that up to there. Breaks. No. Right, so what on earth is this connected to? Okay, so then I want this connected to there, I think. Okay. So now this is heading up towards 64k, and this is now reading 80. Right, let's not get run over. The SR latch here is set to reset at 128, and it's to set at 64. Let's put that down to 32. Okay, so these are set to request 8k per box. So it's 8,000 times 2, so that's 16,000, and then that times 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. So 128 total. But it's only reading 80. Are these two wired to anything? Okay, that's some of them missing. Those two are going to there. These are going to there. This itself, however, is not wired to there. Okay, so let's break. Oh! So what on earth is that wired to? No, that's not it. I'm having trouble finding what. Let's move into a different suit. I'm walking around too quickly here to be able to see what's going on. Okay. So there's wires going to something here, but I can't see what because it's all too crowded. Let's take that power pole out. Okay, so now let's wire this box to this accumulator, this box to this accumulator. Now that's reading 128. Yep, and we've got everything turned off. Brilliant, so now this site is off when it's full. Okay, let's put that back on automatic. Wonderful. So we're now buffering up with circuits. That train is still waiting to come. This is going to unload very slowly. Right, let's get back into fast shoes. Right, that's somebody at the door, so I think this is a good place to pause. I'll be back later. All right, bye-bye.